Hello students, welcome to video part 3 of classification of elements and periodicity in properties. In previous class we discussed atomic size, ionization energy and their trends. In this section we will discuss electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity and diagonal relationship. Atoms whose nuclear forces are not completely shielded by electronic shells offers the attraction for electrons. In such a system, when electron is brought into its electrostatic field, it is held up by the atom so as to neutralize the electrostatic forces of nucleus. In capturing the electron, when it captures or when it gains electron, certain amount of energy is released, which is termed as electron gain enthalpy. This is the amount of energy which is the released when an extra electron enters the valence orbital of an isolated neutral atom to form a negative ion. In other words, electron gain enthalpy is a process which is the reverse of ionization. During the addition of electron, energy can neither be released or energy can either be released or absorbed. It may be exothermic reaction or it may be endothermic reaction. This property is generally shown by non-metallic elements which shows high values of ionization potential or ionization energy. As more than one electron can be introduced in an atom, it is called first electron gain enthalpy, second electron gain enthalpy, and so on. Greater the amount of energy released in the process, higher is the electron gain enthalpy of the element. The group 70 have very high negative value of electron gain enthalpy as they attain noble gas configuration on addition of one electron. The sign of enthalpy change indicates that this is an exothermic process. However, the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy of fluorine is assigned as a value plus 328 kilojoule per mole. Thus, we can think of electron affinity as the energy that must be supplied to remove an electron from a negative ion. Do remember two unique features of electron gain enthalpies are the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy of an element is equal to the enthalpy change that accompanies the ionization process of its anion. And a large positive values means the negative ion is very stable, just as the high ionization energy of atom is that the atom is very stable. There are various factors that affects the electron gain enthalpy. These are atomic size, effective nuclear charge, screening effects. The magnitude of electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy is affected by these points, these factors. In general, the value of electron gain enthalpy decreases with the increasing atomic radius and increasing with the decreasing screening effect by the inner electrons. In addition to above factor, electron affinity also depends on the type of orbital into which the electron is introduced, and the value is the highest for an electron entering s orbital and decreases for s, p, d, decreases for p, d, and f orbital. On moving across a period, the size of atom decreases and nuclear charge increases, and both these factors favor for electron gain enthalpy. In a period, the electron gain enthalpy increases on moving from left to right. Thus, the tendency to accept the electron increases in a period, and the electron affinity values becomes more and more positive. Halogens have highest electron gain enthalpy in a period. And this is not surprising because after accepting an electron, each halogen atom assumes the stable or gets the electronic configuration of the noble gas immediately to its right. The noble gases have no or very little tendency to accept electron. Thus, all the noble gases have electron gain enthalpy less than 0. This means that anions of noble gases would be inherently unstable, and the electron gain enthalpies of metals are generally lower than those of non-metals. But the second electron gain enthalpies are always negative. For example, the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy of oxygen has a positive value, and its value is 101 kilojoule per mole. This means that the process is exothermic, and the electron gain enthalpy of the oxide ion is highly negative, that is minus 780 kilojoule per mole, which means the process is endothermic even though the oxide ion has a stable noble gas configuration. And the trend of electron gain enthalpy in a group decreases, but the electron gain enthalpy value of the element of two periods of second periods are less than the element of third period. For example, the electron gain enthalpy value of fluorine and chlorine, for fluorine it is 328, whereas for chlorine it is 349 kilojoule per mole respectively. And addition of an electron to fluorine atom is more difficult since the added electron experiences greater repulsion due to its small size and having high electron density. Thus, the addition of electron is easy in chlorine atom since it has less electron density than fluorine atom. Similarly, this trend is observed for oxygen and sulfur and nitrogen and phosphorus. Electro gain enthalpy is thus the electron gain enthalpy is the energy released when electron is added to the valence orbital. Next is electronegativity. Electronegativity is the power of an atom in a molecule to attract the bonded electron towards itself. Electronegativity is not a property of the isolated atom, but rather a property of an atom in a molecule, in the environment and under the influence of surrounding atoms. And this is the power to attract is merely another way of describing the reluctance to release electrons from itself to a more electronegative element. An atom's electronegativity is affected by both its atomic number and the distance at which its valence electron resides from the charged nucleus. This is the Pauli's electronegativity value. It is observed that a covalent molecule possesses more tendency to attract bonding electron pair towards itself. For example, X, Y. X and Y possesses more tendency to attract bonding electron pair towards itself than X. That means Y is said to be more electronegative atom. Suppose X and Y having delta negative. Delta Y having delta negative sign means it is more negative than X. Then it will attract towards electrons. And hybridization also affects electronegativity because of the lower energy and hence greater electron attracting power of s orbital. And for hybridization, that we will discuss in next topic, next chapter. There are various factors that affects electronegativity. Electronegativity, actually it is an absolute value, so it has no unit, and its value depends on the size of atom, effective nuclear charge, positive charge, negative charge, and a screening constant. Small atoms possess higher value of electronegativities as compared to larger atoms. And atoms having nearly filled shell of electrons possess higher electronegativity as compared to those having thinly or less populated cell. And it is a periodic function. Electronegativity is a periodic function of atomic numbers. Electronegativity generally increases across a period from left to right. As we move from left to right across a period, the values of electronegativity increases gradually. And this is due to reason that the atomic size gradually decreases, and therefore the additional electron can be held more tightly. And along the group or in moving down a group, as the nuclear charge increases, the electronegativity of lower element is more than that of upper element. But actually it is not the case, because the disadvantages of increase in atomic radius and shielding effect are more than the advantages gained through increase in the nuclear charge. In general, therefore, small atoms attract electrons more than bigger ones and are more electronegative. Electronegativity is applicable, or it shows the nature of bond. If the electronegativity value is greater than 1.7, then bond is more ionic and less covalent character. If the value of electronegativity value is less than 1.7, bond is less ionic and more covalent character. And if it is equal to 1.7, then it is Bond may be 50% ionic and 50% covalent. And it shows the stability of bond also. Greater the difference in electronegativity of two elements, suppose A and B, greater the strength of the bond. For example, hydrogen fluoride is bond of hydrogen fluoride is greater than the bond between hydrogen and hydrogen chloride is greater than HBr is greater than Hi. Metallic or non-metallic character is also shown by electronegativity of the elements. The elements having higher value of electronegativity will be non-metal, and if the elements having lower value of electronegativity, then it shows metallic character. And on moving from left to right in a period, the acidic character of normal oxide of the elements goes on increasing. Then diagonal relationship. Let us try to understand what is diagonal relationship. Actually, a diagonal relationship is a similarity in properties between diagonal behavior in the main groups of the periodic table. Because these properties lie in a diagonal pattern, it is not surprising to find that the elements within a diagonal band show similar chemical properties. It helps in making prediction about the properties of elements and their compounds. Lithium shows the properties or shows the diagonal, or there is a diagonal relationship between lithium and magnesium, beryllium and aluminum, boron and silicon, carbon and phosphorus. Now, what is the cause of diagonal relationship? In moving along the period, and when we move from left to right, the electronegativity increases. While in descending a group, electropositivity of the elements increases. And these two effects tend to cancel each other in moving diagonally from top left to bottom right. Therefore, the elements diagonally related in this way tend to have similar properties. And now the periodic trends and chemical reactivity. What do you observe here? While we are moving from left to right, ionization energy increases. Electron gain enthalpy also increases. And from left to top to bottom, atomic radius increases. And reactivity increases when we move from left to top to bottom. And the properties of the representative element across a period can be compared by examining the properties of their oxides. Oxides of third period elements form several types of oxides. And oxygen has tendency to form oxide ion. Because this tendency is greatly favored when oxygen combines with metals, and we know that metals having low ionization energy. Thus it forms ionic compounds in which each cation is surrounded by a specific number of anions. And as the ionization energy of the elements increasing from left to right, molecular structure of oxides that are formed. And silicon is a metalloid which has giant three-dimensional structures. And most oxides are classified as acidic, basic, depending on whether they produce acid or bases. And the oxides of third period element shows that and metallic character of elements decrease from left to right across the period. And their oxides changes from basic to amphoteric to acidic. And metallic oxides are generally basic, and most oxides of non-metals are acidic. As the metallic character of the elements increases from top to bottom in a group of representative element, the basic character of oxides also increases from top to bottom. That's all for today. Next next video we will discuss about chemical bonding. Thank you.